So when I set up this channel as a walk and talk, it was, part of it, not wholly, but part of it was to be able to talk about things that I couldn't necessarily put on my other channel just in case. And just before I started to record a clip from my other channel, and then realised that, oh no, that can't go on there with things that I was about to say. So with a break from the usual creative stuff, I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people may go through. Actually, I'm sure they do. I'm sure it's obviously not just me and my family, but other people. So tomorrow is my birthday. I've mentioned in other clips, my 50th. It's a big one for me. And in the lead up to it, I've obviously had other things on. I've given myself projects, maybe as a way of taking my mind off the actual day of celebrations, because I don't know how it happens in your family, but I have a definite narcissist in my life, and it could be that also my sibling and his partner are, or that they're, my brother definitely has tendencies, and maybe his partner is a flying monkey to both him and my dad. But what tends to happen around birthdays, around his own, there's this real, he goes into this deep feeling, really. That's all I can say. I can't say sadness, although it probably is. He's always been the same. So you might blame it on the fact that my mum is no longer alive, but he's always been the same. It's always been difficult around his birthday. You can never please him. Whatever you do is too much, too little, not right, not the right time, not the right thing, even though you followed his directions, whatever. And around other people's birthdays, he's not very good if attention is given. So he expects everybody else to make a big deal about his birthday, but then he expects all those same people to make a big deal about their own, or do whatever they want about their own. He does not do anything to make it special. So, for example, no birthday cards for me after my mum died. So, that always stands out as that's where it stopped. So, I have approached this big birthday with a bit of trepidation, not in terms of turning 50. I'm very, very happy. So I have to set that aside of my own feelings are spot on. I am okay. And I can acknowledge that and accept it. I'm okay about turning 50. What does concern me a little bit is how it will be. I purposely haven't made a big deal of it. I'm not in anybody's eyes doing anything special. I've set myself those special things, so hence the projects and closing off the chapter of my 40s for me in a really good way, in a really positive way that I am happy with, because I know that once the comments start about birthday and everything, which might happen tonight, I've kind of stopped a few along the way and said, well, I'm really happy about it, I'm really chuffed, so that there's no big deal made, it's not criticised, or it's not, oh, woe is me type of thing, because I don't feel that way. So I've tried to poo-poo all those things that I said. Last year, my 49th was horrendous for different reasons. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, because other people might be going through this as well. So last year it was on a Sunday, and I went out to my usual Sunday activities with people, and I came back and I made a mistake of looking overly chuffed. I think maybe I'd made the mistake of saying good things had happened. They'd made a fuss of me. I'd had a cake. Real stuff that happens on a birthday. And I saw the mistake when I saw the change in his expression that went really closed and really annoyed and really not happy at all. And it was too late for me to take back, obviously, what I'd said. And in the morning, I'd had a lie-in, and that was wrong. And I'd said, I was late getting up because I'd had messages to answer about my birthday. So that was wrong, obviously. And he'd messaged me to get me up, I think. So a few things happened there. And then as the day went on, it was almost like there was a limit. Maybe my birthday should have ended at lunchtime or when I got back from my afternoon activities. But he had more and more alcohol. Oh, I'll have some more of this whiskey. I'll have a whiskey, celebrate your birthday. Oh, yes. And he would have had a whiskey anyway, but he kept drinking. And then a friend rang, and he said, they rang to find out about him. I don't think he'd asked his friend any questions about them, so he turned it into they'd rung about him. And then the next day he was getting some PSA results from the hospital. So then it became he was really concerned about that, and he drank some more, and he started to sing not many more birthdays left for me about himself. But he first of all hadn't put his own name in there, and left it not many more birthdays left, as if it was for me. And I'd said, happy birthday to me then, because obviously it had turned a little bit. And I was trying to lighten the mood, and that wasn't right. And it felt very aggressive, very abusive, and I'd gone to bed very upset. And I'd said, not again. So with this year being a big one, I've changed it all up, and I've kept it very, very insular, very, very quiet. I'm doing things today. I've obviously done something yesterday with the book, which I haven't talked about. I don't mention that in the house at all. But that is done. I've wrapped up presents for myself to open. And that wrapping paper will be in the bin bag today, ready to go out for the bins to take it tomorrow. So tomorrow there'll be no sign of anything being opened. I have intercepted cards and stuff from the postman. Luckily I've got there first. So there'll be no sign, hopefully, of anything arriving, although obviously some could come today. Hopefully I'll get there first. I have, plans in place for today that I'm doing, things just for me. I have plans for tomorrow, my usual plans on a Tuesday. He'll think is happening, and I won't make a fuss or say anything about anything. So, hopefully I shall get away with that one. So that's that. I have other things in place that I'll be doing the rest of the year, really. I'm planning on doing something in each month just to celebrate my 50th, which will not be talked about to anybody in the family, and won't be mentioned, hopefully not in the house, or not loudly in the house. And that's really interesting, isn't it? Because I talk about that as if it's the most natural thing in the world. I will have to do this. But there's a real negative lead up. And yesterday I spent the whole day writing. So I was in the office, out the way, just so there wouldn't be any comments made, or I wouldn't feel the woe is me thing. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow is spoilt in some way. I say last year it just went from bad to worse, and I have to be very, very careful that I don't mention any extra attention that I've got, or any feeling of goodness, happiness happening for me, any celebration. When it was his 80th at the end of the year, I had a stomach bug and I was out for 7 days, and the atmosphere was awful, and I left presents and stuff and went back to bed and what have you, and my sibling and his partner had him round for dinner, which was good. And I'm a bit wary of tomorrow because obviously I hadn't done anything special for in his mind, because I was ill. And he won't remember that I was ill, he'll remember I didn't do anything special. So it's an awful feeling, isn't it? I'm sure lots of people have this, when you have to watch how you behave, watch what's said, watch what you do, watch what others do for you, watch how you spend a day, and just be careful, really, of what happens. The birthdays, there hasn't been a happy birthday, they've just been, oh, that's for you, type of thing. And I think he believes that because he struggles with birthdays, or because it's difficult for him, aging, 80, it's a big age. I think he believes that either everybody else has those same feelings, whether they're younger or not, or they should have those feelings because he feels bad, other people feel bad. So I've had to spend my time over the past few months saying, oh no, I'm really looking forward to it, I'm healthy. Not a lot of people get the privilege to be this age. I'm really embracing it, I'm loving it. And insert went for my ear then, so if my voice went funny, that would be why. And I am overall positive about it, and I am choosing other days to do what I want to do, and having celebrations that are celebrations in my mind that others don't need to know are happening. And I'm used to that. You don't get to 50 when your family have been the same way all along and not learn to make different arrangements or adapt your reactions or your whatever's happening in your mind. You get used to it. You have to. So normally what happens for the rest of my family with my sibling, for years he didn't message me for my birthday. I got his partner to do it. But if I'd forgotten him or hadn't messaged him, no matter if I was travelling and couldn't get to a signal or whatever, then all hell broke loose. That was the worst thing ever. I don't wait for their messages. I still message them on their birthdays because I know a big deal will be made. It's very much seen from his point of view of it has to happen to him. So for example, if he's waved to somebody and they may not have seen him for various reasons, he'll be very annoyed that they didn't make an effort with him, or they should have waved first, or whatever that may be. So that's where his mindset is. I've already messaged his partner this year for her birthday in January. His birthday comes in August. So we shall see what happens. I don't wait. I notice, but I'm not particularly bothered because I'm not. It's entirely up to them, but there'll be a whole story around it amongst them. It's probably why it does come to my mind of whatever they do or don't do, they'll make a story up about how I'm affected. And my dad will add to that and stir a few things and, no doubt say I've said something which I haven't or I won't. So there we go. just wanted to record that because birthday should be a time of celebration, and this one I'm determined will be. I will not end up in bed tomorrow night sobbing like I did last year. I have made so many changes this year to make sure that doesn't happen. And I will not mark it outwardly as anything special in the house at all. And I will go to bed, as I have done once alcohol is taken out. I do that all the time now. I'm not in the room. Like yesterday, Guinness and then whiskey was had. He tries to make a point of me seeing that it's there, and I just don't. I don't make any comment. And that's what I have to be careful of as well. The comments and the attitude may not be anything to do with my birthday. He may stay well away from that so that he can easily say afterwards, "Oh, I didn't say anything about your birthday. I didn't set you off. Oh, look how you're behaving." What I have to put up with is what he said last year, even though he'd set it all off with how he was. But you know, it might be a really good thing that all that happened last year, because it prepared me for this year. I didn't want to be at home this year, but I am, and I knew I would be. So as soon as I knew that would definitely be the case, I made different plans of today, tomorrow, and something every month throughout the year. I will be doing something. So if tomorrow goes a bit crazy, or it's taken over by something else, as it may well be, I will be set up really well for it not to show that I'm bothered. I will be out most of the morning and some of the afternoon in my own space. I haven't quite decided what that will be yet. All I know is I should have the car, so I should be able to drive somewhere and do something special for me. But if that doesn't happen, I do have other things in place, other ideas of what I can do. So I won't be, nothing is going to shake me. We're going to say that. Nothing is going to shake me. I'm going to do something that brings real pleasure to me. So tomorrow, when I turn 50, I will be happy in myself, and that's all that matters. So I've got a list of real small things. You know, tonight I'll have clean bedding, clean pyjamas, clean towels. That really gives me a real special feeling. You know, this chapter will be ended, will be closed completely. Again, in a happy way. I've got things that I'll be doing to market tonight, tomorrow, and wherever I need to, with nothing outward being shown. So there we have it. If this has resonated with you, then I hope you find your own ways as well of coping. That you know it's about you and how you react, and you can make sure that you enjoy those big moments for you. I've learnt not to voice them, so when I publish my books I no longer say anything, so it's not turned into a negative. Yeah, celebrate yourself. Make sure that you do something tomorrow that's really special for you. And I hope you're okay. I hope this hasn't upset or brought back too many bad memories for you. Enjoy your day. I will be.